Greetings from Sweden and welcome to Everyday Mystic, an aid to your spiritual growth. My name is David, and today's video I want to start with a rather harsh quote from Jesus. Namely, "You hypocrite, first take the plank out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye." Because today I want to talk about something that I see a lot of both among spiritual and religious people and those that fall somewhere in between, such as myself. And it's this tendency to go like, oh, this person did this and this person did that and therefore this has to mean this. How about instead assuming that the best from people until they have truly proven otherwise? Because what do you think will be leading to the best result in the end? Love and openness, or fear and suspicion? And there are a lot of people that I really like that do this also, by the way. But I want to say this: don't fall for divide and conquer tactics, because that is what this is about in the end. When we are divided and fight among ourselves, the tyrants can continue doing what the tyrants always have done: conquer us. Of course, this does not mean that we shouldn't be cautious. This does not mean that we shouldn't approach what people teach and talk about with some discernment. And if we find real cause for concern, I think that it is also important to have a discussion about it. But you better make damn sure that you are standing on solid ground when you start throwing out accusations. Otherwise, you risk ruin the work and reputation of people that you are really on the same side as. And I also want to bring this up because what the ego does is that the ego engages in incessant talking, whether it's up here inside of the head or whether it is what comes out through the mouth. So, what I want to ask you is this: what is the purpose of what you are doing? What is the purpose of the discussion that you choose to engage in? And how much do you really know? And of course, there are many people within spiritual and religious circles that teach and preach things that I find very disagreeable. But this does not mean that I automatically have to make them an enemy. Because maybe there is something that they know that I don't, or I'm right and they will come to see things my way eventually. But no matter what, I don't know anything about their true intentions. And when I attach a label to a person, such as them being controlled opposition, am I going to make things better or worse with this label? And again, we need to approach things consciously, because our egos have a tendency to just keep on chattering without us really having a clear intention about what we want to communicate and bring to the table by saying the things that we are saying. And for me personally, I will always want to see unity rather than division among people that are waking up to what is happening, among people who are starting to wake up to their spiritual nature, and maybe also among people that are starting to see who really governs the world. Instead of saying that this person has some evil intention about bringing up the discussions that they are bringing up and talking about things that they are talking about in general. Again, I believe that it is important to believe the best about each other until they clearly have proven otherwise. We know who the enemies are. They are the tyrants that want to own everything while the rest of us own nothing, that want to control and dominate us and force us into a life of servitude and compliance to a fascist system. And yes, Jesus says to love our enemies. And honestly, I can say for myself that I have a problem with loving the tyrants. I try my best not to hate them, but that is the best I can muster up when it comes to this. And we must really try not to hate the tyrants, because they are in reality the most lost among us. Especially because most of them in this material existence seem to have themselves together. But I can promise you, if you would look behind the shell of their ego persona, you would find people that are more or less dead inside. So that they are the most lost, even if on the outside they are the most successful people. But this is sort of me going off on a tangent. But what I want to say with this is that if we can, we should not even be angry towards the tyrants. We should, if nothing else, pity them. Because there might also be some truth to the statement that no matter if our emotional energy that we direct towards someone is positive or negative, this energy can still be harnessed towards their own purposes. Especially if they are black magicians, as I believe many of the tyrants on top of society actually are. But of course, we should in a rational, calm manner call out the tyrants. We should not just close our eyes to what they are doing, but we should never, if we can avoid it, fall into the temptation of actually bring our angry emotions towards them. But when it comes to people that are potentially at least our allies, we should try to assume the best about them. Because this is also something that I believe in general will foster a better climate in the world. I would honestly like to have open conversations with people that I totally disagree with, as long as they are people that don't want to tyrannize and control and dominate other people. Actually, even some people that I believe are really lost, that believe that they have the right to force their will on others, but that are really enslaved by the same system as all of us are. I would love to have an open conversation even with those people. And as I said, we need to assume the best about people until we know otherwise. We don't know what is going on inside of another person. This is part of the human condition, and it's something that we need to think very consciously about. What this actually means. We, in essence, only have access to our own experience. I know that this is self-evident, but do you really think thoroughly about what this means? So here finally is my suggestion. Let's give people the benefit of a doubt, resist division, suspicion and hostility, and instead seek unity and cooperation with other people. Because we are many, the tyrants are few, and together I am sure that we can come together and build something awesome that does not have to be dependent on the control system that is closing in on us. I know that we can look past our differences, which are really just superficial, and allow the light to grow within us and connect us with each other, and really see that in essence we do want the same things. And that's it for today. If you like this video, please leave a like, leave a comment and share the video on social media and other places. All of this helps the channel to grow, as it's quite hard with the YouTube algorithm to really get a spread on the video. And also, if you haven't done it already, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so YouTube always notifies you of new videos. And check out the description and comment section for other things that me and my wife are doing. And other than that, just sincerely thank you for your time.